In the upper left starting location on our 4-player map, we have our Terran, who won that last game but really had to put up quite a fight. For someone who refused to die, he is
GSL MMA.
MMA. Lots of nerds down here to watch this very awesome lineup that we have here in Codes.
Yeah.
In the bottom left starting location, our blue Transformer Terran, he is
Optimus Prime V.
Optimus. His name is Optimus Prime. I can't do the impression where now I just sound like Sean Connery trying to...
That's fine. I was still like, I've been waiting for it, Tasteless. This is the third game. It's the first time you've done
attack.
it. Well,
remember that part in the Transformers movie where the robots are sneaking around the house in the suburb and I wanted
God.
to kill myself?
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, what happened? I was like, somebody locked me in a room with Steve. Wait, no, Steven Spielberg didn't do Transformers. What did he do? Did he do Transformers? He didn't do Transformers.
I don't know who made it, but it was terrible.
No, I know this. It's the guy who was obsessed with special effects.
Is it the guy that made Avatar?
No, it's not him. That guy makes really long-winded movies. Okay. Oh, I'm so bad with names. Never mind. Someone's going to tell me on Twitter. I'm going to be like, that's the guy.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that was pretty bad, Tasteless. Well, we do see MMA opening up with the Tech Lab. Hopefully we will be seeing some Reapers.
If I was a Transformer, I wouldn't want to be Bumblebee. I can't talk.
Well, you can talk by tuning into radio stations that randomly are saying exactly what you want to say at the time.
Yeah, that's...
Somehow you perfectly guess what they're about to say and tune into that station right before they say it to make the sentence.
Is if you had to have a pretty good...
You know what I would do if I lived in a world with Bumblebee?
He tunes into Rush Limbaugh. Like.
You know how I would trick Bumblebee up, Tasteless, is I would, if I lived in that world and I was a radio host and I knew he was using my voice to talk, I'd act like I was about to say something. So he was like, oh, this is what I want to say, and he tunes into me, and then I say something completely awkward.
That's how you do it.
It's like, and I'm like talking about something like, and then I suddenly say, I'm actually a Decepticon, and then Bumblebee's like, starts shaking his head no, and Optimus is like, get him, Autobots, attack.
I just been really awkward. I'd be like, I have worms. He'd be like, oh God, no, so embarrassed.
All right, so Optimus right now looks like he's going to be going for some reactor to aliens while getting his command center up. In the meantime, just the Reaper into command center. And there we go, the Reaper is in the main base.
Taking a lot of SCVs.
2 Marines can kill a Reaper. And, trying to catch the Reaper. He's quick, though.
Problem is the Marines are just a little bit slower than that Reaper, so the Reaper ninja vanish.
Yep, he's out of there.
So if we're good about this, I'm done. We can get out of here and get a tattoo about this.
MMA this game is going right into 3 barracks play. So that's kind of interesting. He hasn't started stim yet. So I'm wondering exactly what he wants to do with this. This is a very old school build that he's going with right now. If he was getting stim, I'd understand. Be like, all right, he's going to try to hit some funny timing to maybe punish a mech user. But as is, he's just using a very old school style, which is kind of like passé. You know, this is not a style that we see that much anymore because it's just not as good as the other styles.
I think because he's noticed Optimus has done similar builds in the first 2 games, and MMA went for a really heavy mech in that previous game. I think he wants to try to throw Optimus off.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I think I am.
Optimus right now is teching up into his starport. Is also getting Blue Flame. Looks like we're going to go for some Blue Flame Hellion drops. That Reaper's actually doing a great job of continued scouting.
Yeah, he really is.
And that scan sees 3 barracks, perfectly done scan.
So, no more element of surprise here for MMA.
Optimus is going mech, throwing up that second back. So that's good to see. Well, MMA, he's actually adding 2 reactors right now, Taste. It's going to be a lot of Marines to try to deal with Blue Flame Hellions and Siege tanks.
Complete.
Not sure how much I like that. Oh wait, I am sure how much I like that. Not at all.
Bunker coming up here. Optimus did not transfer any SCVs. to his expansion.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused by that.
Well, I think he probably will in a moment, you know. Well, he's actually just rallying from his main to his natural.
Oh, okay.
That's actually caught on a little bit. People just keeping their main fully saturated and then just rallying out from then on.
Well, you know, one factor is that it can cause a little bit of a hiccup in your economy.
Yeah, that's very
when you transfer all those SCVs. And you wouldn't think, most people wouldn't think that that's really a big deal, but it actually is.
Oh,
on these levels.
It definitely can be. You know, if you have one later round, you're just going to have less units. So, you know, there's different scenarios where you want to do it and you won't want to do it. Let's say your opponent's Blue Flame Hellion dropping you. Then you're definitely going to want to transfer some SCVs to lessen the amount of SCVs at both lines to just, you know, have less of a chance of losing huge amounts. But against the Marine style that we're seeing from MMA that he knows about, hey, this is also a viable option.
And Optimus looks like he's gearing up for a ton of Hellions here.
Yeah.
He is only making Hellions.
Very Hellion heavy.
And he's being pretty smart about it because he got one Raven, so that way if, let's just say, for instance, MMA makes a bunch of Marauders, he just throws down point defense drone.
Absolutely. And, of course, they eat up point defense drone relatively quickly, but any seconds at all to reduce that Marine count that really deals the most damage is going to be absolutely amazing.
This is bad, Artosis. I do not think MMA should be moving out on the map.
Well, that's a lot of Marines, man. He's got 2 Marauders and then a bajillion Marines against quite a few Blue Flame Hellions.
Yeah, I mean, the Blue Flame Hellions, if they get 1 or 2 good shots off,
yes,
all those Marines actually disappear.
And this many Blue Flames actually doesn't care about 2 Marauders that much.
Yeah, everything just dies.
If that was 1/2,
here we go.
Be scared about. Here we go, indeed. MMA running away, realizing, he has to lift up, and bam, just totally slammed right there.
And I don't even know if MMA should be dropping here.
No, he should not.
I think he thought, wait a minute, I'm going to go in there, and he's like, no, Blue Flame Hellions are fast.
Yeah, I think what he did there was actually made the Blue Flame Hellions run all the way back around, and then went back to the base so the Blue Flames couldn't beat him back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hellions are actually quicker than Medevacs, so I think that's what we just saw there. And if that is the case, what a smart guy. Because those could have actually run back and run in and killed so many SCVs. So that was actually a brilliant move. And I really do think that's what he was doing. Wow.
And now he's making siege tanks. Kind of a role reversal here. MMA playing like Optimus did in the previous game. Optimus playing like MMA did in the previous game.
Trying to set those rocks on fire.
Those rocks do not die quickly to Blue Flames.
No. Their melting point is much higher than the temperature of the Blue Flame. Otherwise, we'd have a lava puddle that he couldn't make a command center in.
I know.
That'd be terrible. Here
comes a drop now, and I don't think the main base is very well protected. Oh, whoa, what?
Oh, that's exactly where you don't want to be.
Yep.
It's an interesting place to
might have just wanted to heal up.
Yeah, it's
and
definitely a possibility.
Again.
You know, if there's a Viking out, which he is making Vikings right now, and he already has a few, I don't see why he would be dropping these Marines right now. That's just kind of fated for destruction. Well, a lot of Hellions moving out, the Siege Tanks as well.
Optimus might have a really good push here because, well, let's face it, he could just siege up on the low ground and even hit the orbital.
You know, if MMA was going heavy Marauders right now, then I'd say this is suicidal, but it's almost all Marines and then a few Siege Tanks. MMA might just be dead in a second here.
He does scan.
And look at this, man. That's only 2 Marauders and 2 Siege Tanks. These Hellions beat everything else easily. Oh, and beautifully done with these Vikings.
Ah, so nice.
And he may not even use the point defense drone. There's so few Marauders.
Yeah, he might just want to throw down auto turrets.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would actually be better at this point. And look at this. Oh, man. MMA is in so much trouble. This is looking terrible. I can't believe he made this many reactors. And this is not a good position to be in.
This might actually be GG. The Medevacs are now all dead. Not a real option for a counterattack here. And once again, Optimus is just showing us that he understands this matchup so much more than his opponent.
Yeah, MMA is it's kind of shocking to me that he's actually relied upon such an old style that is really kind of gone, and for good reason. This is what happens when people know how to use Blue Flames. And look at this, not even sieging up, not even microing. Optimus will roll through this quite easily.
Yep, he didn't quite keep all his Hellions together, but targeting down the Marauder.
And, well, it looks like he will eventually be cleaned up here. I guess he should have microed.
Yeah, he definitely should have microed a little bit better than that.
Yeah, he like didn't even try against that, but did he need to? It's 95 supply against 56, 24 SCVs against 58, and Optimus is, I mean, he's just so far ahead right here.
Yeah, Optimus is going to be able to secure a third base while making his army faster. And remember the previous game, everybody, where Optimus had 8 SCVs who was actually still putting up a fight? Well, now the tables have turned in this game. I don't know if MMA has the toughness to kind of put out a game where he's going to crawl back into a victory.
The mental fortitude.
Yeah. You said that in a very sexy way.
Thank you. I don't think he has the right buildings to do it, Tasteless, even beyond what you said. He has 5 barracks, 2 of them with reactors, the other with tech labs, 1 factory. How are you actually going to fight against a 3-base mech? And he does have that 3rd command center. It's not landed right this second, but I mean, he can go land it in just a second. You know, if you're going to go the Marine Marauder style, man, shouldn't make that many Marines. You got to be so careful with how you do it.
All right, siege tanks moving out right now, and I think we're going to have the second attempt here to bludgeon. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Optimus stopped his army. I guess he's not going to move out. Tasteless dropped the ball.
Sorry. Well, just kind of keeping some sort of map awareness is MMA right now, realizing that the mobile Hellions aren't any match for 3 Marauders and 2 siege tanks, but up come the siege tanks.
Not enough Marauders here.
No, not nearly enough. And look at this. The firepower of the siege tanks makes everything run away. And look at that. He kites perfectly, runs out of range of the siege tank, turns around, hits the Hellions, turns around and runs again as the siege tanks do come up. But this may be too many siege tanks, Tasteless.
A lot of siege tanks now spraying this entire area with artillery fire.
And now he's just got to leapfrog, Tasteless.
That's how you do it.
Look around. He does have a medevac. He can drop on top of these siege tanks. Needs a few more units than he has, though.
He's going to bomb him. No.
And in fact, he doesn't. He had opportunities there to actually do a little bit of damage.
Even 1 Banshee right now from MMA would be huge.
Yeah, that would be pretty helpful. 7 Hellions being produced at a time by Optimus, just being rallied straight up.
And, yeah, I mean, this is getting painful to watch here. We have 159 supply to 87. Optimus way in the lead.
Yeah, you know, MMA has no chance of really even landing that command center right now. It's 3 base against 2, superior tech against inferior strategy. You know, no matter how many Marauders he makes here, unless he catches Optimus out of position greatly, which I think Optimus is smart enough that he's going to back up right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
He held that position long enough. He's like, okay, I'm pretty ahead. Let me back up and regroup.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you have just siege tanks out there and he gets the right amount of Marauders, he will be able to eventually break through. But rejoining armies is Optimus, taking a 4th base as well. And MMA is just kind of walking around the map with what he has left.
All right, here we go. This should be the final battle, but
yeah, certainly should be, Tasteless. Just nothing left up here. 172 supply to 106. Optimus just kind of walking through, and it looks like there may be a counterattack.
MMA going to try to counter here. I don't know if it's going to be too effective.
Well, here's the truth of the matter. He has 3 Marines in there. He could actually just lift off all his buildings, and there would be no way for MMA to actually eliminate him in an elimination race.
Well, now Optimus has stuffed MMA all the way back inside of his main. MMA does have a secret expansion, the top center.
Doing a good job over here with these Marauders. Taking
I guess he's actually going to get this orbital. That's pretty good there by him.
Yeah, and actually pretty sloppy Optimus, just attack moving siege tanks. Going to call him Sloptimus in a minute here, Tasteless.
My name is Sloptimus Prime. And
you got to get one of those lesser robots to transform into a bib, man.
Transformer with a bib on?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's like Power Rangers. It's like Optimus transforms into the robot, then another one jumps in the air and transforms into a bib that connects to him. Well,
does Optimus know about the hidden expansion in the top center?
No, he does not.
No, he doesn't. So he probably thinks this game is more over than it is. Optimus needs to be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to get too cocky ever, really. Not in practice even. And look at this, attacking into the planetary. Will he be able to take it out?
No.
Does end up running away.
He can park all of his units behind the planetary, though.
Certainly can, and I believe he will. There you go. Well, I mean...
the problem is Optimus' army is big enough he can keep pushing in here. Another drop over here. But he should have enough, Optimus should, to kind of take that out. The units that are not incredibly ranged can't deal with those siege tanks. Another little drop here in the main.
Well, you know, MMA is trying to find some angle to get back into this game.
Yeah.
And it's not working out. The siege tank push is not going to stop. It's not going anywhere. He has enough Vikings over there as well to help out, so...
Yeah, basically from here on out, everything Optimus makes stays at home.
Yeah, and in fact, his barracks are all going to die here, and this is it, man. I mean, MMA is dead.
Bada bing, bada boom, capiche.
That's it. Exactly.
Capiche?
You said that way better than any other commentator ever could.
GG.
GG.
All right. Optimus.
Very happy with himself. Gets into the round of 8. Very well done.
He's going to transform into a car and get out of here. What kind of car would he transform into?
Well,
I don't actually know cars.
A Lamborghini. That's a car I know.
He's going to transform into a Diablo. I only know that car because it's a game.
There's a car called Diablo?
I believe so.
Does it have horns?
I don't know. If he was it would, I guess. I don't know. I know cars. People are like, what kind of car do you want? I'm like, I want a red car.
You know, people ask me what kind of car I want. I say, I don't want a car. I want to live in a city that has great public transportation.
Yeah, that's what we do. We don't have cars. I don't want. Why would I want a car?
Well, in Seoul, it just doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no
It's the
sense to have
best
a car.
public transportation in the entire world.
Yeah, it does.
And it's actually cheaper to, when I do want to be in a car, take a taxi.
Whenever I say that to people, people are like, I don't know, man. Like, back in San Francisco, it's pretty good. No!
Not in Seoul, man.
Seoul has the best public transportation system in the world, literally.
Oh, it actually does.
It actually does.
Cities come here and study the subway system here.
Yeah. I
Because
don't
it's
need
the
a
best.
car.
I've been to all these other cities. I've taken the BART. Okay, I've taken the BART. It's not as good. It's not even
The what?
nearly as good. They call it the BART in San Fran.
Oh, is that what it's called? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I've been on the BART, too. I just didn't know it was called the BART.
Okay.
Thought you got it on with Bart Simpson. I was like, you've been on BART? Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, man. I'm like making
He's
some joke.
just a kid, Artosis.
Dude,
That's
he's like
messed
older than
up.
us at this point.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's true.
Well, Optimus does advance. We're going to go into our next TVT pretty quickly.
We
here.
are.
Bomber is going to be playing. There he goes. He just walked right by me as I said his name. I summoned him from the lamp.
That's right.
I rubbed my Startail lamp.
He came out of a coffin because he's kind of.
The
his
wish
play
that I
style's kind of
asked is
scary.
for him to dispatch Keen in stylish ways.
We're going to have a 5-minute break. We'll be right back. I'll see you guys soon.